So you had some homework, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have to learn to, once you start the practice of the Quran, you have to learn to be firm. You understand? Otherwise, you're going to play around with it. And this is something which, although common today a lot, that the playing around with the Quran, people do it often. It is not beloved to Allah, because those who rejected the prophets and their message, or their messages, the message that Allah Ta'ala gave them, the signs, they mocked them. Right? When Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam was building the ark, they mocked him. They said, there's no water around here for any of this to even transpire. What are you doing this for? Are you doing some kind of a sorcery or joke upon us? You have to be mindful. The Prophet, they thought he was delusioned. So they were making fun of him. The Prophet Musa, they were making fun of him because he stuttered a little bit. A deficiency in his tongue. That's why you learn where he says, what does he say? رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي. Lisan is tongue. All right, so what were you studying here? You were doing your Nazirat. All right, you had Nazirat. But do you know the categories of the Nun Sakin and Tanween?
Yes.
What are the categories of the Nun Sakin and Tanween? Iqlab. Ikhfa. Idhar. Say again. Idhar. Idhar. Idgham. 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 Gham. Okay. And what are the letters in the idgham category? We need just one phrase. Yarmaluna, correct. Idgham is yarmaluna. And what letters in yarmaluna? Yeah. Mim. Ra. Lam. Wow.
Noon.
Test from you, Ya Allah. Just a test. I accept. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. Okay. Does this category have a subcategory?
Yes.
It does. Can you please answer yes?
Yes.
Teacher. No teacher. In other words, I want to hear the clear answer. Okay? Does this category have a subcategory? This idgham category? Okay, very good. And what are the letters in its subcategory?
Wow and Ra.
Come again?
Wow and Ra.
Wow and Ra. Okay, do you agree or disagree?
I feel like it's Lam and Ra.
You feel like it's Lam and Ra? You think? Okay. All right. What's the difference between the subcategory and the actual category letters?
I think it was like one. No gunna.
No gunna and gunna. So this is about the sound. So that is correct. Lam and Ra are the subcategory. All right? It is not wow. Wow is not there. When you take Lam and Ra out, you get Yan Mu. You get the phrase now, Yanmu, which is Ya, Nun, Mim, and Wow. All right? So this is to tell you again, the sounds here are nasal and no nasal. But what do all of these letters have in common? Why are they all in this one category, idgham, anyway? And it's strange that idgham means nasal, yet you have two letters that are not nasal. Or you have the subcategory anyway. But that's another topic altogether. But now, what is the story behind the 6 letters having the same category when 2 of them do not nasal? So what do they all have in common is the question. What do they all have in common? Good question, huh? Somebody shaking their head. All right. So let's get back to them. Okay, we'll get back to them. But for now, we'll know that this category has a subcategory, and we know that 4 of these letters do a complete nasalization. And this nasalization is done in the nasal area. That's why it's called nasalization or nunation, if you may. Now, we only have 6 letters that belong to which category? Yes, you can speak up. 6 letters that belong to the idhar category. First of all, what does idhar mean?
Clear.
Excuse you. And for your brother. And only for Mr. your brother. Yes. Thank you. Now, so, yes, Chief, what does idhar mean?
Clear.
Okay, does this mean there's going to be a clear sound?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much. This clear sound, is it going to come after the nunu sakin or the mimu sakin? For the 6 letters, is it for the nunu sakin or the mimu sakin? Looking down, looking up. Okay, nunu sakin. And which 6 letters are they?
Alif.
Alif.
Come.
Alif what?
Alif.
Alif.
Kha.
Ha. Ain. Ghain. Ha. Are you forgetting anything?
Oh.
You're forgetting a Hamza maybe?
Oh, Hamza.
Hamza. Yeah. Okay. Now this is idhar, the clear category. For the mimu sakin, what is the clear letters for the mimu sakin? Since we're on the topic of nunu sakin versus mimu sakin, what are the clear letters for the mimu sakin? Okay. Excuse me, please. You have to make an effort to find out. Okay? The idhar of the mimu sakin is much more than the idhar of nunu sakin. The idhar of nunu sakin tanween are only 6 letters. But the idhar for the mimu sakin is a total of 26 letters. It is everything with the exception of a meme and a ba. Can you speak up, please?
Yeah, yes.
Very good. Okay, speak up. This is important. When you're reciting, this is the reason why you have these codes of recitation. So, moving along, you have 6 letters of idhar. And upon your clarity, can you give us an example of an idhar situation? For the nunu sakin and tanween, either or.
An'amta.
An'amta. Okay, what is the rule there? Idhar. Why is it idhar?
Because Ain came after the nunu sakin.
Ain came after the nunu sakin. Okay. Can you think of a tanween which became clear as a result of one of these letters following? Say mashallah, by the way. Without even looking in the book, this boy, mashallah. Okay, can you think of a tanween where it was clear as a result of a clear letter? Yes, you mind to help out?
No, I don't have anything.
Come again?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything. Okay? Hasidin idha hasad. Hamza came after tanween. Okay? Now, how about the category where it's just one letter? What category is that?
Who answers?
Either of you?
Iqlab.
Iqlab. What letter is that?
Ba.
Ba. Can you give an example where iqlab was used? Or can you give an example as you're using iqlab?
Oh. It's like at the end of the surah and you take it and you connect it with say it. Oh.
Okay. The English is not necessary in describing anything here. We have the science of the Quran, so this is suffice for us. Just like our pledge of allegiance to Allah is easier than pledging to the flag or to the Pope or to anybody else. We chose that. All right, go ahead. Where iqlab is utilized.
ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Is it going to be ahadin or ahadun?
أحد.
Okay, so let me hear you use it again. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ.
كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so it has a sound. What sound are you supposed to place there? What sound are you trying to place there? In this iqlab sound. A meme, a little meme. That is correct. What else? Yes. All right. Nasal and the ba sound. A combination of the meme, the ba, and nasalization. As opposed to izhar, which is absolutely clear. Nun sakin tanween. If one of these letters do not come after the nun sakin tanween, the alif, hamza, ha, kha, ain, ghain, ha, you have no right to make the sound clear. If you make the sound of the nun sakin or tanween or that letter clear, any of that is clear, then you violated the rules of tajweed. Also in idgham, you have yarmaluna, and we said we would get back to it. So the two letters that belong in a subcategory are
Lam and Ra.
Lam and Ra. Very good. So what do all these letters have in common? We did mention that the four letters of Yanmu, they have nasalization. Okay? So what does the Lam and Ra have? If they don't have nasalization, they belong to the same category. What is it that they do? They don't do nasalization. What do they do?
Clear?
If then they would be in the clear category.
Can I guess?
You can guess.
Is it like strengthen? Cut off?
There's always a strengthening. That is important to note. And this strengthening is known also as a combination of the sound. You still are going to hide the tanween or the nun sakin. You still are going to hide that. And you're going to go on to right to that tashdid, the lam or the ra. Don't do this. You're going to hurt yourself some way or the other, trust me. Anyway, give an example of that.
Okay.
Give an example of any of the letters, any of the 6 letters of a nun, sakin, or tanween. And of course, any of the surahs. Somebody still thinking? Somebody is still thinking. Okay. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ. How do you spell يَكُنْ لَهُ? These 2 words. How do you spell them?
Yeah.
Ya, Kaf.
Lam.
We said we had a nun sakin followed by a lam. So you should have known after the kaf. You should put nun there. After the kaf, you put what?
Lam.
Sir.
You said noon. Noon.
And this nun is a nun sakin. And what came after the nun? Lam. But the nun is the end of this word. Remember we said it's two words. Ya, kaf, nun. Then you have a lam. And then what's after the lam? Ha. Okay. So how do you read these two words?
Yakullahu.
Say it again.
Yakullahu.
Good. See how you did not make clear the nun sakin? That's how. Okay, that's why. So where can we find any of the others from the entire category besides this? وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ.
What do you mean?
Example of idgham category. Any other surahs you can think of? This is a very important thinking examination for the recruits of tomorrow. Yes, Tajweed. These are the rules of Tajweed. This is how beautiful the Quran is. It's very entertaining. Yes, strategy. So what do you have? Anything else? Come on, think along with me. Tabbat yada abi laha abi lahabin watab. How do you spell lahabin watab? Yes. Go ahead. You want to start first? It's two words.
Lahabin. Lam.
Lam. Ha.
Ba.
Ba. What does the ba have on it?
Nasal.
What
Oh.
what vowels does the
Just
ba?
a
Correct. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. So what is the rule of this kasratayni?
Idgham.
Idgham. Okay. And what's after the wow?
Ta.
Ta.
Ba.
Ba. Okay. So is this a clear enough example for you or no? Do you all get it or no? He's nodding his head.
Yeah, I get it.
You get it?
Kind of.
You get it kind
I
of?
don't get what you mean about the lam and ba. What do they do?
They combine sound. They have a combination of sound but no nasalization. You understand now? So it has a combination of sound, meaning yakullahu, you did not have to do any nasal. You're not supposed to do nasal. You're supposed to put the tashdid, like you mentioned. That's what they do. They just strengthen. And they hide the sound of the noon and the sound of the tanween. It's not clear. Okay? All right. So then you have what else? Besides that, let's talk about the ikhfa. How many letters is in ikhfa? You agree or disagree? Yes. Agree or disagree? Okay, this guy is completely oblivious to whether he agrees or disagrees. Now he's clear. It's 15. All right, so this is again all about sounds. So far you have 3 sounds. Well, actually 4 sounds because the subcategory that we went over. Now it's about the ikhfa sound. What sound is ikhfa? How does ikhfa sound? The 15 letters, because this is a lot of letters you're talking about. Light nasalization. But what is the difference? I mean, you know, idgham has nasalization.
Like, there's like two categories, like light nasal and then like heavy.
There's light and heavy nasal in ikhfa. What is the difference between the nasalization of ikhfa and idgham?
Combination?
The combination. Who does the combination? Idgham does the combination. Ikhfa doesn't do combination of the sound of the idgham of the ikhfa. Idgham does the combination of the sound, but ikhfa does not. Ikhfa only nasals separately from the sound of the letter. And if it's a light one, you can tell the difference. For example, give an example of ikhfa sound, light ikhfa sound. Anzalna. Okay? So this is light nasalization. The heavy ones are what? Dad and what else? Sad, Ta, Va, Qaf, these letters, yeah. Kaf is still supposed to be light. Fa is light. Maybe we missed one or the other. But let's move on to the Nazirat, right? We want to make sure we have all these sounds clear. You have a lot of ikhfa letters, and these letters, they're going to confuse you if you're not comfortable. So you have to be comfortable with the situation. You have to know what sounds to give and when to give these sounds. Otherwise, then you're in a complete mix-up. ثم يحييكم
إن الله
إن
الله
The problem with Qamariya.
إن الإنسان لكفور.
Say it again.
إن الإنسان لكفور. لكل أمة جعلنا منسكا هم ناسكوه.
هم
ناسكوه.
Repeat it. لكل
أمة جعلنا
أمتي جاء. Okay, don't forget your إخفاء.
لكل أمة جعلنا منسكا هم ناسكوه فلا ينازعنك في الأمر وادع إلى ربك إنك لعلى هدى مستقيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
وإن جادلوك فقل الله أعلم بما تعملون.
وإن جادلوك فقل الله أعلم بما تعملون.
الله يحكم بينكم يوم القيامة فيما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
الله يحكم بينكم يوم القيامة فيما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
الله يحكم بينكم يوم القيامة فيما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
الله يحكم بينكم يوم القيامة فيما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
ألم تعلم أن الله يعلم ما في السماء والأرض.
ألم تعلم أن الله يعلم ما في السماء السماء والأرض
والأرض والأرض. There's no qalqala. You're not supposed to echo it. You're supposed to hold it. والأرض. No nasal. I mean, no echo. Okay. Don't give it an echoing sound. Just hold it. Hold the dot. والأرض. إن ذلك في كتاب. إن ذلك على الله يسير.
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 ويعبدون من دون الله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا.
ويعبدون من دون الله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا.
وما ليس لهم به علم.
وما ليس لهم به علم.
وما للظالمين من نصير.
وما للظالمين من نصير.
وما للظالمين من نصير. وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا بينات.
وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا بينات.
Good. So if this ta was a closed ta, which would be a ta marbuta, then you would be stopping on a ha. But as long as it's an open ta, you have to stop on a sukoon. On top of a ta. It's an open ta. وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ and then the mim sakin also, it's going to be idhar. Mim sakin, Hamza came after it, which is going to make it idhar. وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ تَعْرِفُ فِي وُجُوهِ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا الْمُنكَرَ.
وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا بينات
تعرف في وجوه الذين كفروا المنكر. Don't stretch the fa. تعرف في وجوه الذين كفروا.
تعرف في
not what.
وجوه الذين كفروا المنكر.
يكادون يسطون بالذين يتلون عليهم آياتنا.
يكادون يسطون بالذين يتلون عليهم آياتنا.
قل أفأنبئكم بشر من ذلكم. قل أفأنبئكم بشر.
قل أفأنبئكم بشر من ذلكم.
قل أفأنبئكم بشر من ذلكم.
قل أفأنبئكم بشر من ذلكم.
النار وعدها الله كفروا
النار وعدها الله الذين كفروا
النار وعدها الله الذين كفروا
النار وعدها الله
وعدها الله because the fatha came before Allah. You cannot say وعدها الله. وعدها الله. Okay. We'll do it again.
النار وعدها الله الذين كفروا
وبئس المصير.
وبئس المصير
وبئس المصير.
وبئس المصير.
All right, go ahead. Read. Read. Together.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت
اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Okay. Go ahead. Together, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق.
So you have a nun sakin, then ayn came after it. Somebody is saying min alaq. That's wrong. And also don't say iqra. Don't say all. Don't say nasalization, everything. It sounds like the hamza. You're saying iqra, like the hamza is something else too. Iqra. Iqra. Okay. خلق الإنسان. That's a light إخفاء. It's not a heavy إخفاء. Somebody is saying خلق الإنسان. It's a light إخفاء. من علق. Right? Not من علق. اقرأ.
اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم.
علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم.
علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم.
كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى.
كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك رجعا.
إن إلى ربك الرجعى.
إن إلى ربك الرجعى.
One more time.
أرأيت الذي ينهى.
أرأيت الذي ينهى.
أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى.
Somebody messed up, violated. Say it again. No down, okay? It's supposed to be clear. Go ahead, say it again.
عبدا.
Say it again. عبدا إذا. Because you have إظهار. Hamza came after the tanween. So say it again. Underline it, mark it. Go ahead.
عبدا إذا صلى.
عبدا إذا صلى.
عبدا إذا صلى. أرأيت أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى.
أو أمر بالتقوى.
أو أمر بالتقوى.
أرأيت إن كذب وتولى.
أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى.
ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى. The mim sakin has an iqlab because ba came after mim sakin.
ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى.
كلا لئن لم كلا لئن لم
ينته لنسفعا بالناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
ناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
ناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
كاذبة خاطئة. كاذبة خاطئة.
كاذبة خاطئة. فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطئه واسجد واقترب. الله أكبر.